Guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Harlem and it's currently in the middle of the night. We're going to be looking at the 1996 Scream. Now, I previously done my 2013 and Terrifier video, and you guys seem to really like that. So I'm back again, and I made this video, but it didn't quite out working, so let's get into it. Casey Becker, who was famously played by Drew Barrymore, gets a phone call from an unknown caller and gets interested. She hangs up the phone and walks in the kitchen. We see an amazing view of her house, which was the shooting location all the way in California. Even though this takes place in Woodsboro, we see the rope swing. We then see her putting popcorn on the stove when she gets another phone call. This time she answers it, kind of annoyed, while the voice on the other end says, "Why don't you want to talk to me?" She tries to get him into telling him who he is, but he responds, "If you tell me your name, I'll tell you mine," which is kind of creepy. She tells him she's about making popcorn. She's getting ready to watch video. So her boyfriend Steve is coming over, and I'm just going to spoil it. For you who haven't seen Scream, I recommend you go watch it. It's the best movie ever. I'm just going to spoil it. So Stu and Billy was the killers, and so I guess since Steve had arrived that evening, they basically knocked him out, gagged him, and brought him over to Casey's house. Pretty sure Casey, who at school that evening, was telling everyone about how Steve was coming over. So they probably knocked him out, hid him by the patio doors, because next time Casey looks out the door, he's not there. She walks over to the blue screen TV, puts a CD on it, and Ghostface says something creepy. She gets creeped out and turns the patio lights on because she gets concerned. She looks out and there's nothing there. She then hangs up on Ghostface. Yeah, that's really sad. If you haven't seen the movie, I recommend you go watch it. The popcorn is burning. She gets another call. This time, she's a little bit freaked out. She answers it. The voice says, "I told you not to hang out." She tells him, "What do you want?" She hangs up again. And when he calls back, Casey is really annoyed. Here's to prove it. She says this.
Listen, asshole!
You listen to me, bitch. You hang up on me again, I'll cut you like a fish, understand?
Yes, Casey is in danger now. Casey thinks this is a joke. She makes a run for the front doors with the phone still in her hands, while she asks the caller on the other end, "What does he want?" He responds with, "To see what your insides look like," which was creepy. And these movies always take place with a teenager girl who's home alone, and yeah. She threatens to call the police, but the voice on the other end says they'll never make it. Yeah, if you're watching this in the middle of the night, things will get creepy. And Rother Jackson, who plays the voice of Ghostface, does so freaking good in this. I give the original Scream a 10 out of 10. It is the best movie in the 90s. Anyway, Casey gets another call from Ghostface.
You should never say who's there. Don't you watch scary movies? It's a death.
He gets her to play a trivia game. Now, the next part is probably creepy, probably the most goodest scene. Now, Casey here threatens Ghostface by saying her boyfriend will be home any second, which after saying that, yeah, you can see a shadow right there. Yeah, and Casey's parents are not here, and she says this.
He's big and he plays football, and he'll kick the shit if you know.
The killer gets her to turn on the patio lights, and he says, He then says, turn on the patio lights again, indicating that he was watching her. She turns the patio lights on. Oh my god, there's a freaking ad, guys. She turns the patio... Oh my god. She turns the patio lights on to find Steve. Wait, there's an ad, guys. I am currently... There's always dumb ads. She finds Steve, who's tied up on the patio, looking like he took a major scuffle with Stu, while Casey is creeped out, and Ghostface threatens to kill Steve, and he triggers Casey into playing horror movie trivia, which is kind of low-handed. After a few seconds, I'm just gonna skip this, guys. After a few seconds, Casey gets the answer wrong, which was like, girl. She goes back in. Ghostface says she's got the question wrong. Her question was, answer who's the killer in Friday the 13th. I would probably get this question wrong. She turns the patio lights on to see Steve's have been gutted. Wow, really dark first kill. I'm just gonna go ahead and say Stu did this, cause yeah. And I'm just gonna say that I don't think Billy killed Casey, cause like Casey, I heard that Casey used to date Stu and dumped him for some reason. Yeah, Stu was a douche, and he's now dating this girl named Jada. Casey Becker tries to help herself. She says, please leave me alone, which after seeing your boyfriend get gutted, you should be making a run for it out the front door, maybe. Yeah. Ghostface then says, what door am I at? She refuses to answer this because she's freaking out. Next thing you know, a chair goes flying through the window and a jump scare. Casey makes a run for it, grabs a knife, and is obviously creeped down by this. Creeped down while the burning popcorn observes. She sees Ghostface, who runs to the front door for no apparent reason, probably to let Billy in. Sorry that I'm spoiling you guys. It's just obvious. I'm pretty sure you have seen Scream before. She makes a run for it outside, which I'm just going to skip this part. She sees her parents and looks through the window to see Ghostface playing around in the kitchen. Now, I'm just going to say that this is probably Stu in the kitchen, and when she looks back in it, Ghostface appears. He then he puts his entire body through the window. She makes a run for it, but drops the knife. She makes a run for it with Ghostface pouncing on her, and you don't know what happens next. Ghostface chases after her, and then grabs her by the mouth and attempts to stab her in the chest. Yes, he got this one. He stabs her, full and quietly. It's probably the most sad scene when, Drew Barrymore put her effort into making this character. Ghostface chokes her. Now, this is obviously probably Billy or Stu, but I think Stu would have probably killed Casey because he's probably jealous that she dumped him for Steve. Casey sees her parents and tries to crawl, but tries to get their attention, but with her being choked, she's unable to call out to them, and Ghostface knocks her down and delivers the fatal stab. Really sad. The parents go looking for Casey. Yeah. Ghostface knocks her down and delivers the fatal stab. She then rips off the mask. We obviously know who the killer is. No need. Ghostface stabs her. Her parents come looking for her. They see the damage. Casey's mother, noticing the burning popcorn, puts it in the sink. They start yelling out for her name. The mother tries dialing her on the phone, but we only hear Ghostface stabbing her. Ghostface then drags her away, and the next time we see her, she will be, yeah, Casey is not looking good there, guys. Yeah. The mother hears all the commotion, and just like in Halloween, the dad says, go down to the mechanics, which was a line what Laurie Strode used in Halloween. And if you come to know, Scream has a lot of horror movie references, Halloween, etc. Casey's mother then finds her hanging from a tree. Bro, this is the darkest kill of the movie. And yeah, bro. So, yeah, I will probably make part